Reproduction is a biological process that produces new individual organisms. It's not necessary for an individual's survival, but it's crucial for a species' survival over time. Organisms reproduce for several reasons: to ensure species continuity, maintain populations, carry genetic information forward, and maintain ecological balance. Reproduction is based on DNA, which contains the genetic blueprint for an organism's development and function. A key event in reproduction is creating a DNA copy, which serves as a source of information for making proteins, determining body design, and passing traits from parents to offspring. When cells reproduce, a sequence of events unfolds. Chemical reactions build copies of the cell's DNA, creating two complete copies. The cell prepares machinery for each copy, then separates them. The cell divides, producing two daughter cells with their own DNA and equipment. These DNA copies are similar, but not identical to the original, due to imperfect biochemical reactions. Some variations are extreme, and the cell cannot survive, while others are subtle and allow the cell to carry on. This variation provides the foundation for evolution, allowing species to adapt over generations. It also helps populations survive when environments change, as individuals with suited traits can persist. Variation creates a balance, maintaining body designs for specific ecological niches, but also allowing survival when niches shift. Asexual reproduction allows a single organism to create new generations. There are several methods. Fission is one way, where a cell splits into two or more parts. Binary fission splits a cell into two equal halves, like in bacteria. Multiple fission produces many daughter cells at once, as seen in the malarial parasite. Fragmentation breaks an organism into smaller pieces that grow into new individuals, like in Spirogyra. Budding produces a new organism from an outgrowth, as seen in Hydra and yeast. Other methods include vegetative propagation, tissue culture, and spore formation. Each method allows an organism to reproduce without gametes or two parents. Sexual reproduction involves two individuals combining their genetic material. This creates new genetic combinations and accelerates evolution. However, to avoid doubling DNA content, meiosis occurs. Meiosis is a specialized cell division producing germ cells with half the normal chromosome number. Male gametes are small and motile, while female gametes are larger with food stores. In flowering plants, the stamen produces pollen and the pistil contains the ovary with egg cells. Pollination transfers pollen to the stigma, and fertilization occurs when the male germ cell fuses with the female gamete. The resulting zygote forms an embryo, which develops into a seed and eventually a seedling through germination. Puberty is when adolescents become sexually mature adults. During this time, boys and girls grow thicker hair in the armpits and genital area. Their skin becomes oilier and they grow taller. Girls develop breasts and start menstruation. Boys grow facial hair and their voice deepens. The male reproductive system includes the testes, scrotum, and pedis. The testes produce sperm and testosterone. The female system has ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, and vagina. Ovaries produce eggs and hormones. Fertilization happens when sperm meet an egg in the fallopian tube. This forms a zygote, which divides into an embryo. The embryo implants in the uterus. If the egg isn't fertilized, it breaks down, triggering menstruation. This monthly cycle lasts 2 to 8 days. Sexually transmitted infections are divided into two groups: bacterial and viral. Bacterial infections include gonorrhea and syphilis. Viral infections include warts and HIV/AIDS. Using condoms during sex helps prevent many of these infections. Contraception methods prevent pregnancy. These methods include mechanical barriers, hormonal changes, and surgical procedures. Mechanical barriers are condoms and vaginal coverings. Hormonal methods are oral pills that change the hormonal balance. Intrauterine devices prevent implantation in the uterines. Surgical methods block sperm or egg transport. Some methods have considerations. Hormonal contraceptives can cause side effects. Intrauterine devices can cause uterine irritation. Surgical methods can cause infections if not done properly. Population dynamics involves reproduction rate and resource challenges. A growing population can affect the standard of living. However, social equality is often more important than population size in determining living standards. Asexual reproduction involves one parent and no gamete fusion. Methods include binary fission, budding, and fragmentation. Vegetative propagation is used by plants, where roots, stems, or leaves produce new plants. Tissue culture grows new organisms from isolated cells or tissues. Spores and multiple fission also produce new organisms. Sexual reproduction requires two individuals and involves gametes. Meiosis produces gametes with half the normal chromosome number. Fertilization occurs when male and female gametes fuse. In humans, puberty marks sexual maturation. Ovulation releases a mature egg, and fertilization leads to implantation in the uterus. Menstruation occurs when pregnancy does not happen. In plants, pollination enables fertilization. Reproduction happens in two main ways: asexual and sexual. Asexual reproduction creates offspring from one parent. Methods include binary fission, multiple fission, fragmentation, regeneration, budding, and vegetative propagation. Examples of asexual reproduction are seen in amoeba, bacteria, plasmodium, spirogyra, hydra, planaria, yeast, and certain plants. Sexual reproduction requires components from two parents. It involves DNA copying, meiosis, and gamete fusion. This process creates genetic diversity in offspring, unlike asexual methods which produce identical copies. Sexual reproduction generates variation, providing the foundation for evolution and adaptation. Reproduction is a fundamental process in biology. It ensures life continues from one generation to the next. Reproduction drives evolution by creating offspring with variations. These variations are the raw material for evolutionary change over time. Organisms reproduce in different ways. Simple creatures like bacteria split in two. Humans and complex animals use sexual reproduction with specialized cells and mating systems. Each organism's reproductive strategy reflects its body design and environment. Understanding reproductive mechanisms is important for studying biology and addressing human health issues. It helps us understand biological diversity and why organisms look and behave the way they do.